Live from Limerick's News Centre, on FM, online and on your smartphone. This is Limerick's Live 95 FM News.
It's just after 10 o'clock. Good morning, I'm Shane Heffernan. Detailed plans for the next phase of regeneration in Limerick are being finalised by the local authority. Critics of the massive plan say the 4 targeted areas have been left in a worse situation now than they were 5 years ago, while the policy of relocating families to other areas across Limerick has resulted in the closure of St Enda's Community School. Residents in Ballinacurra Weston have been holding a series of protests over the lack of action in the demolition of houses. Limerick Local Authorities Manager Con Murray says the plans are nearly complete.
I met with the communities in the last week. I was heartened by their positive attitude in terms of what's actually happening on the ground itself. But having said that, there's a considerable body of work to regain the confidence because of the transfer back into the city itself. We will work to do that. There will be a programme of works available by year end to clearly show what will happen, where it would happen, and more importantly, when it would happen in the next couple of years.
Just finished listening to 95 FM's news, local news, whereby Con Murray, the present city manager, has been saying that he'd met with local residents. Well, I think he's wrong there. He didn't meet with us. He probably met the forum, who doesn't speak for the residents. We do. We're mandated to speak for the residents. They aren't. But look, they're just wheeled out willy-nilly whenever somebody wants to hear the right words. But to make a long story short, here's our policy document, which calls for localised elections. This is what we need to have to finally put to bed who represents what in Weston, in the designated regeneration area. We need to get this sorted out, Mr Murray, fairly fast, because it's obvious you're not taking any notice to us and you're still listening to the wrong people. We've been mandated by the people to talk for the people. So we want localised elections. That's what we want, and we'll be presenting this to you on Monday evening in City Hall, if you have the courtesy to come out and actually meet the residents whom you purported to meet, which you didn't. You met nobody. You never came up here and met anybody. Willie O'Dea did, on the other hand, come up, took the tour with us by appointment, and actually saw firsthand the atrocious conditions that the residents have been left living in over the past 5 years.
That's very negligent. That's very reckless. Leaving a roof in that state, it's obviously dangerous.
Totally negligent. It's not good enough. There's children. You had that no one through the summer.
How secure is the building itself?
It's not secure at all. The fire brigade people tell us that the houses should be taken down.
How many times have they worked?
Maybe 5 or 6 times already. So you can imagine how brittle the walls are.
How long is it you were saying there people don't have water?
Some people have no water pressure for the last 2 years.
That's true.
Now, the houses over there had no water the last, they were all pensioners. They had no water, but they knocked in. And then the pressure was missing here. Like that. There's a video that man having to use a power hose to fill his tank every morning.
To flush my toilet when he have a shower.
They've actually adapted your way of putting water in some part of Czechoslovakia to get water to their houses.
Congratulations.
They did, yeah. There's a letter to tell us that.
It's actually the farmers that they use it.
See the water leaking out of the houses and everything. They partitioned Weston, you see, for regeneration, with redlined it, and they took the bit they wanted to develop and decided that's where all the social and physical problems were, and the people outside it then were left out of it, you know.
Okay.
So you can see the target that they did over 5 years in here, they made it worse.
And are these the ones, and people have just left these ones that are burnt out? Like obviously they're, because of regeneration
they were moved out of regeneration, and that's how it usually happens. It's boarded like that one there, and eventually it's looted for copper. Routinely it's looted for copper, that's the first thing that happens, is it's left open, then the kids are in there messing. You may have them in there having parties for drugs and stuff, and then eventually it gets burnt out. So that's, now, that house is clearly, it's obviously open at the back.
€9 a week for that, Kyle. Do you know what I mean? It's a dump, this is a dump. But you could get a mortgage for it, like. How am I supposed to get dry food for that child? They're all the same, like. Smell out of it, like.
Just manky.
You're only here 11 months, like. I'm supposed to keep dry food there for my child every day. When she's diabetic, like, she's to be fed 6 times a day, she's there for snacks. Where are we going to put them, like?
We can't keep them in that person,
no,
that's for sure.
Can't keep them in them all the time.
That's
the driest.
That's the driest.
That's not even dry, is it?
It's coming through the back.
This side, yeah.
Yeah, it's that side, yeah.
Brought a cup boiler inside.
Yeah, okay. I see it now, yeah.
Oh look. Oh, so there is a leak next door, is there?
No, they stopped it now, but the copper boiler, the bus that in the water was gone for 2 days.
Right.
That whole ceiling was covered with flies.
The what?
Flies.
Flies.
In the wall, damp in. Field wall is damp.
And you have the board butt of the socket, you want to take a chance.
I had to take out the socket.
That wall is quite damp actually.
Yeah.
I had to take out the
So that's it, like, the copper boiler was just there.
Yeah, sure.
We've cameras here now, right? They're not even being monitored, really. They're not even being monitored.
They told me they had some difficulty getting people to monitor the cameras.
No, that is total bullshit.
They can be long.
Shows my French now.
Go on, yeah, no,
That's
go on, tell
total
me about it.
and utterly
I'm just telling you what I was saying.
Would you take a job monitoring cameras?
I'll do it.
I do it.
I'm not working. I'll do it. I don't want to.
We have loads of people around here to take the job.
I'll do it. They didn't come around and ask anyone, will they?
That's a new one.
They didn't ask anyone.
That's something we could look into anyway, lads, because they told me, they swore to me that there was a problem, an interrogation problem, that there could be nobody to monitor the cameras.
No. But I'm living.
There's another man just ran for a job.
That's what I was told.
My second last house there, Willie.
There's that old man there, 80 odd years of age, and his wife, and his house shot him with a camera.
And you have an expensive camera watching flowers burn.
Watching flowers burn.
Exactly, yeah. I'm watching houses burn.
I'm watching houses burn.
And they can't tell us who's going in and out of them. And then they're blaming the residents for not cooperating, even though...
They could monitor those cameras from the centre.
They could monitor from the station, because they were actually, when the new ones went in, they were upgraded to be monitored, and we were told to be linked from Henry Street, and I've been chasing Henry Street to know when will you link him, when will you link him.
Well, that's
They
what
were
we can
upgraded
pick up
for it.
straight away.
Yeah.
You know, we can pick up on that straight away, because
He was told.
it's an awful waste of...
And if they can't find someone to work, we'll find loads of people that want jobs up there.
There's loads of people that will do it. Loads of people will be like told that to do it.
Well, look, we're all here witnesses now. These lads promised me that they do it.
We won't be allowed in there. We were on the forums over there, and they wouldn't even tell us where the cameras were, where the monitors were. No. Over here. Matthew was on, I was on the forum. They wouldn't even tell us where the monitors were. They wouldn't tell us a secret.
Quite strange.
Oh, we found out eventually, but they didn't tell us.
They showed an American journalist then, they brought him in and gave him a tour, showed him the cameras, and they played him, when the cameras got knocked by the bulldozers up in Keys Park at the time, they played him that, because he was staying with me in my house, a photojournalist from America, Ryan Dundon, for 8 weeks. So he was feeding it all back to us, but they were treating him like royalty, offering him free tickets to Thomond Park, and all their dues they were having, you know.
Yeah, that's where a lot of the money went.
90% of the kids in the area want to be involved with horses.
They were,
like they spent, was it 240,000 yards rounding up horses.
Yeah.
240,000 euros.
Yeah.
That would build stables in 4 of the regeneration areas.
240k.
That was last year. Now they're going up to 136,000 already. Now this year rounding.
You could ensure then that the people who had the horses, the horses were kept well, and no one could blackguard the horse, you know.
But see, they're saying that you can't.
The town was, the city was built on horses.
City council don't think.
I know that, Chair.
What are they going to do next year when the city merges with the county? You're going to tell JP you can't have no more horses because they're not about license.
Different now for JP, Steve.
She reckons the fireplace will help keep the damp away. There's no fireplace here, you see. So the council said no, they're not going to do it. Put the fireplace in. We might do it ourselves actually. That's no apology. But nearly every house that has a board of plugs next to it. Same my street, number 4. You have the damp coming through. You know?
How many million spent?
116 million total on our 4 areas. Now the newly detached houses.
Yeah.
That's another bizarre one. It costs 15,000 to set up a house.
Oh, they'd set it up there.
So it would have cost. Hi, Rihanna.
Well.
It would have cost 30,000 to knock that middle one now because they had to cut it away especially.
I see that.
And then another 15 for each side that they rendered with the.
Plenty of money.
Yeah.
Plenty of money.
Hi AJ.
The council done this and they never even cut the grass since they done it. I keeps it cut, keeps it clean myself.
Oh, you do it yourself?
I does all this myself. So what they're doing is
Perfect spot.
finished it up at the bit of a fence is actually there now, like. You know what I mean?
It's a perfect
I just want a bit of security because they'll burn them.
Who were you saying it to, Jim?
I said it to Captain Kirby on several occasions.
What did she say to you?
She reported back to me the other day that she's that's the men in the council called, I can't think.
Donald Moore.
No,
Are you Lackland?
No, not him, I can't think.
George Dillon.
No, he comes around there he comes around with the regenerating. That's when the house has been cut down and things like that.
Roger Noonan.
Yeah. Oh, I got a call from the council the other day, but when I phoned it back, they put me through to his office, and when I phoned his office, I left a message. They never bothered phoning me back.
Well, I should be here. I rang him this morning at 9:30, but it doesn't matter. He isn't ringing me back yet either.
You know, so
I'll be chasing.
No, why he's looking for Willie? People already got it on him.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want security.
What's your address, Sergeant?
39.
Listen, lads, how long has that water flowing there?
That's flown now since the 6th of September, isn't it?
Yeah. Before,
it's been well reported.
We have water
Sure, look.
for the last 5 since they started.
I'm shocked you'll be paying for water.
They came up and painted up, boarded up, Willie.
But they just said they want household tax off and people running for water.
They came up and boarded it up again, right? So they knew the water was running.
Sure. Of course they did.
When they resecured, they left the water like
but
that.
they couldn't not know the water.
No.
I mean, you can hear it from here. I can hear it from here.
No, the fire chief come up to the net there now as well. I can photograph them all and say they all should be knocked. They're all dangerous.
Saying is one thing.
When that house
When they closed that house while it was on fire, the electricity was left on.
That's right.
And the gas. They had to come up and dig that hole to stop it.
That's right.
We got a massive gas leak.
That's right.
The lads want to show me Lennon Avenue and Burn Avenue. What we'll do is this. This is the head list.
Yes.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock on this day week.
Excellent.
Okay?
Perfect.
2 o'clock.
Perfect.
Either Thursday or Friday, I'm not sure.
It doesn't matter, so we'll be available
We'll let
anyway.
you know. You have Matt's number.
Yeah. We can meet up.
It'll be either Thursday or Friday, lads. That's fine. Do Lennon
Joe, we'd love to see Willie. We'd love to see him maybe another press statement about what's happening or something.
I've no problem with that, lads.
Because that's what we need.
Well, we'll be putting this up for you.
Whatsoever, that's fine. I'll certainly do a press statement, lads. There's no problem with it. So 2 o'clock, so either Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch with yourself for Matt, okay?
Excellent.
It is an absolutely, it's a beautiful
We do
job.
it now,
It goes to show what can be done
Yeah.
in a community with proper community spirit. And you know, I mean to say, this garden is you know, it stands out in contrast to the way the people...
But that garden doesn't exist now, Willie.
Well, sure enough, but I mean, the lens, it doesn't exist, I know, but officially it doesn't exist. But I mean, I'm looking at it now and it actually does exist. And it's a strange contrast to the way the professionals have done their job just behind us. Quite extraordinary. Because the minister told me across the floor of the Dáil, on the Dáil record, that this plan would be, Minister Hogan told me in response to a question, this plan would be ready in September.
That's right.
Yes.
That's what we were told as well.
It's on the record of the Dáil, lads. You know?
But it's still the same thing they're planning, but they didn't talk to no one.
They don't tell anyone.
They're making their plans again. No one knows.
But at least, look, I take your point, but at least if we had the plan, we'd have something to work on. We'd work on something.
And
because they said to me that, look, they said the plan isn't the be-all and end-all, but except variations, the discussion with
That's what we're hoping for.
That's what I love, the discussion with residents.
What they didn't do is they should have discussed it with residents beforehand, and they wouldn't have any discussions after.
They have a consultative group according to Ali Loughlin. They have a consultative group and they're happy with that. They won't consult with us even though we live here.
No. We want the council to come up and give us storage containers.
We need
give us the land.
We have the equipment.
Empower us and the road sweepers in our own place.
And we'll do it all ourselves.
They have no money to do
free,
it.
Willie.
But as Carl was saying there, I mean, apparently from what I can gather, what's happening is that the council don't want to do anything unless you're prepared to sort of get shoehorned into this forum situation.
We won't go into the forum. I left the forum after 3 years long enough on the forum, Willie. You know
but I must say, lads, now, from talking to people in different parts of town, that's affected by regeneration, the experience of the forums has been very disappointing.
Oh, it's awful. It's an awful... You go up,
every one of us was on the forum.
Why
did every one of us leave it? Because it was a waste of our time.
It's only a talking shop, Willie, that's all it was.
A talking shop about nothing.
They had real participation in Falmouth Mansions and they had decision-making powers and it worked and they worked together and they have a fantastic regeneration. Now they had the right side of the economy, but the people, they retained the community. So they were able to repatriate people. People leave here, they have no guarantee of ever coming back.
But let's, what I can't understand about the whole thing is, apart from the money that's spent, I mean, if you have a model that worked, why not replicate it?
Exactly.
That's what they are making in Residents First.
We seminar, was it last year, Carl, in the university?
Before we launched Residents First,
we launched that publication, right? But out there they had the Tralee regeneration lads on it. And I think they put us deliberately there, Willie, so we'd argue with the Limerick and Tralee versions. But the Tralee version worked. And they were damning the poor fella from. I felt sorry for the Limerick fella because the Tralee presentation was fantastic, and we said, can we all move to Tralee? Right? Because they had their horse projects, they had their houses, they took people out of their houses and built new ones and put them back as owners.
There was no boarding up one by one, you know.
Of course you would, and why not?
People stayed homeowners at the end of it, you know.
Yeah,
and we said, can we replicate it here? Why aren't you doing that here?
It's like